All right, now I'm starting, I think this is what I want. I have this cheese box that I got while I was in Indiana at one of the thrift stores. And I want to make some little watermelons. I want to make some box stuffers. So I'm going to do some cloth watermelon. And what I'm going to do is I've got a plate here. This is a Corelle saucer. Because I don't want them real big. And I am going to just trace around this. And then take this to my sewing machine and sew around that. And I've got to get some more material. Well, maybe I could do a half one like that. Well, let's see. I want to do another one because I want to do a slice. Is what I'm wanting. So maybe I can just half this. I don't know. It's not quite big enough, I don't think. Okay, that stays there. Well, this will be 2 of them because I'm going to half this. Yeah, I'm going to half that like that. So I am going to put, that'll be 1, this will be 1, and then the one underneath will be 1. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't, obviously. I just went to my sewing machine with a bunch of circles. Some of them I sewed in half, so I can have half a watermelon, half a slice. Some I took a half of a circle and folded it over and sewed it. I wish I went ahead and run the seam down there like I did this one. This, I don't know. This must, instead of cutting it in half, I just sewed one here and one there. I don't know. It looks bigger. It's smaller. I don't know how I got that small one. And that's probably that one that I took a half a plate, I thought, and I didn't have a half a plate. It doesn't matter. It's watermelon wedges. So that is good, and that was simple and easy to do. And now I didn't leave an opening because I am going to just rip it open here. And turn it inside out. I'm going to go ahead. That seam ripper is not that sharp. I don't want a really big one. And I'll turn them inside out, and then I'm going to paint them. But you're not going to want to watch me sit here and turn all these inside out. And it's kind of hard when you first get started on when you're turning something inside out. But then once it starts coming out good, it's easy. So just got to take your time to start with. But I'm going to turn these all out inside out, and I'll be back and we'll start painting them. All right, here's what I've got turned to inside out so far. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the rind and then let it dry, stuff it, and then I'll paint the red. Because when I wet this, it helps the paint go on. Plus, I like to take and work the paint up so I don't have to do like a lighter color. It kind of fades up in there. I might have got this one a little wet. I don't know how that got up there. But I'll paint both sides and down the middle of the seam. And I have to keep a towel ready to wipe this off down here, or I'll have that green paint everywhere. Okay. Just kind of pull this up. And I'm going to let it dry. See how it's kind of coming up through there? Wished I hadn't got it quite so wet. Try to go easy with this one. I'll do one more. And I didn't get this as wet. Get right in there some water. Okay. I'm getting the green on my watermelon. I need some water. Okay, then I'll finish the other side. And I probably won't worry about the other side because it's the back side with the seam, but I do want to go ahead and paint it. All right, I'm going to finish this. Probably 3 of them is all I'll need to go in that little bitty box. Okay, now that I have them painted, the bottom part painted, and it's pretty much dry, I'm just going to start stuffing it. And when I get it good and stuffed, then I'm going to take my needle and thread and just close this up, the split here. And I suppose you could do it, that you could leave an opening somewhere else, even at the bottom, wherever you want to leave it, however way you want to do it. But I'm going to stuff the corners first. And then I'll get those pretty tight. And then I'll go up and through here and then stuff the middle. And then I'll close it up. Now I'm going to start painting red with Country Red by Americana. And then I'll let it dry. Let's kind of show you how I leave part of the green and the white. That way I don't have to come in between with a lighter green. It's just there. It's kind of why I like to paint the green and then come back after I've stuffed it and go in with the red. This wedge looks kind of funny. I might do another one, I don't know. And my back's not the best. But it's not going to show. But I'm going to finish painting all these up and let them dry good. And I'll be back to show you what I'm going to do from there. Well, I have them all painted now, and they need some seeds. So I just got some black paint here, and then this kind of a brush just kind of comes to a point, and I'll dip it in there. I'm going to practice a little. See, I just push it down like that. So I'm going to make some seeds. And they won't all look the same. Some will look better than the others. Let's see. That looks fine. I'll set that aside and let it dry. I'm turning my wedge upside down so the brush will get the correct angle on the seeds. I think that's good. I have one more to do. And I'll do it off camera, and then I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to distress them and then start putting them in the box, and the little Velveeta box, and making a, what am I trying to say? Making it look pretty. Now, I'm just taking my finger sander and kind of distressing the watermelon slices like that. I don't want to do too much on camera, but as you can see, they look like that. And I'll do all of them. And then I have a crow that I think I'm going to put in the box. So I need to paint that black. And then I made a little messy bow, or a bow. And I'm just going to put a star there. I got to figure out what color I'm going to paint that. And after I get all that done, I should be able to start putting this together. But right now, I'm going to just paint my crow and distress it some. And find a color to go on my star, or I might just use a button. I am not sure. I think I'm just going to paint this all black, not mess with painting the beak a different color. And when this gets dry, or when this dries, not gets dry, when this dries, I'll distress it and I'll be back. Okay, I've put the wedges in there and the crow, and now I'm trying to lean it so y'all can kind of see it. I'm gonna put some greenery in it. This is sweet. This is some Sweet Annie that the tops were broke off. Remember in the hailstorm? I let it dry. It looks fine. So I'm going to use some of this in there. Where? I don't know. I'm just gonna start sticking it in. This is a long piece. Okay. Some back in here. Let's see, I'm not getting it in the there. I have to go get some more of my, oh, I got it right there. Let's see. I'm probably gonna get some more and put in there. I wonder if I can get that in there. I had one more of these. I think that's just too many for this little box. So I stick one back there like that. I don't know. I'm going to fiddle with this. Put some more Sweet Annie in it. And I painted the star just the same color I used on the watermelon. And I'm going to put just a little dab of glue right there. Just going to move this back out of my way. I'm going to put a little dab of glue right there. And then I'm going to fiddle with the Sweet Annie and how I want that really arranged in there. And it'll be finished. I'm not going to put a lot of glue because I might want to pull this off there. But for right now, I want it on there. All right, I'm going to keep fiddling with it and see how it turns out. Well, I'm making this round. I bought the pattern, the SVG, off of Etsy. I'll leave the link below. And mine's not going to be just like hers, as I've got to have some cow prints, and she had a lot of little small ones, and I did a little different, making some bigger ones, so I didn't have so many. But what I've done so far, whoa, what was that? Something whizzed by here. It's just stain. I just used my Delta or Folk Art antiquing wax. And now I am going to lift this tape up. I think it's dry enough now. And I'm going to do this bottom part. And I got to make sure I am getting the, add just a little bit of the brown or the antiquing wax come up, so I can make sure I get it all. I don't have a little line of no color is what I'm trying to say. I may have to get a new piece of tape. Turn it this way. Leave just a little bit of the stain showing. Okay, now this bottom part is going to be painted plaster. And then after I get this done, I believe I'm going to do the top black. Now, I'm letting that dry. I might have to give that another coat, but I'm going to go on with the black now. And then once I get this coated, what is going off my computer? There we go. It's shutting down. Anyways, I'm going to paint this black, and when I get finished with this, I'm going to take all these spots here that I have, these here, and I'm going to paint them black. I'm also painting at the back of the, where I fit this flower on there, I'm painting the back side of it black. It'll just show around the edges a little bit. It wasn't that way in the pattern, but that's the way I'm going to do it. Putting that black. Just have a little outline for my sunflower. And now I'm painting my cow spots black. Now I'm going to paint the welcome and the flower with Golden Sunset by Apple Barrel. And once all this painted and dried, then I can start putting it together. I want to be a little more careful not to go over the sides. I'm going to leave the sides black. You know, I've had this cut out. Well, I went over there. I'll bet you 2 months. It's just been sitting over there, and I finally decided I'm going to do it. I wanted it for my door for summer, and here we are and going to on the end of June. Well, it's not too late, and it's sunflowers. It'll stay up. It could stay up through the fall too, with the sunflowers and the cow print. All right, I'm just gonna finish this, painting all of this, and I'll be back. I have everything painted, and I've decided on this flower where the little circles are, I'm going to put a speck of black with a skewer. I did, it was a sharp tip. I did cut the tip off a little bit. That went a little bigger. I like the little bigger. I might go with the rest. I've got them laid where I think I want them. I've just put this, glued this down on there, so I don't want to mess with it till it's down good. But I've put these where I think I want them. I had some extra ones. Didn't need them. So I'm just going to start gluing these on with some wood glue. And after I get this all glued down and it's dry, I'm going to go over it with a clear matte spray. But I'm going to finish just gluing these all down. And then I want to make a bow. And I'm not good at making bows at all. I mean, more than a messy bow. I can do messy bows because they're messy. Alright, I'm going to continue doing this. Well, I made my bow, and these are the only yellows I had. And now I do not like the yellow bow with this. So I'm painting it an ugly yellow. And hopefully, when I get it all finished, it'll look better. I'm going to finish painting this color of yellow. It's a banana. Oh. But anyways, I'm going to finish that and give it 2 coats, and hopefully it will look better. Well, I painted it all the banana yellow. I don't like that either. So I'm coming back and I'm trying put a little brown in it using a watered down brush. I'm just coming up on the flowers, go like that. Just giving it a little darker color, but not a different color. Still in the same hue. Okay, I like to wash my brush out. A little more water. Dab some off. Get a little brown, because I don't want too much. Okay, I need that out my way. If I'd had some different ribbon, but I don't have ribbon. Whoops, wrong side. Put more on this. I think that's helping it some. I'll have to do something with the lettering. at least got rid of the bright color. Let's see if I can't put... Okay. Now what am I going to do with the letters? Let's see. I don't know. Having to concentrate, and then I want to kind of go over it with all of it. Kind of darkens it up some. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to finish up doing this and kind of putting the brown where I think I need it. But I think that's toned down that yellow a lot to where I can live with it. And yet it still goes with the bow, because the bow does have a little bit of brown in the center. And I think that looks better than just that really bright yellow. Now, I'm trying to figure out just if I want to put some of this jute rope, or maybe get a little smaller jute, or no jute. Let's put the bow up there. Well, definitely it's not going to need it up there. I don't think. I think I need a smaller one. I have a little bit thicker, not the thin, but just, I'm going to get it and try it. I'm going to turn on my glue gun just in case I want to do that. And I need to make my hangers on there. Okay, I have decided, I went and got a little smaller, a small jute, and I rubbed it up with some distress ink, and I think that looks better than just a straight line. And I'm going to put this down on there, and I did drill 2 holes and put a jute hanger, and then I'll put my flower on and it'll be finished. My flower, my ribbon, my bow. Alright guys, I'm going to finish this up, doing these few things. And that's all I got for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. So until the next one, we'll see you later.